Back in session in our council meeting. Mr. Garcetti is first on the queue. Mr. Garcetti.
Madam President, and thank you again to the members of the public who have been so patient while we go through these very extremely important discussions and negotiations. Thank you to my colleagues as well for the time that they've spent, to the mayor and the time his staff has spent on this, as well as our city unions. We have a number of things that are before us today. I would propose a couple actions, and I'll speak very briefly as to why. We have made some no final or complete progress in our negotiations, but we have made substantial progress and important progress. Because of that, at the same time, we have a problem every single day, as we've articulated here, that gets worse and worse with the longer it takes to finalize this. I know that everybody is working around the clock. There is no possible way to be working harder or faster on this. Pending that, nevertheless, the city needs to make sure that our bondholders and those who are out there know that we are protecting the public purse. And so I believe the minority report on item number 3 on the operational plan, I would move forward. However, I would also co-refer item number 4, which is the ERIP ordinance, co-refer it over to the EERC for discussion and analysis there, and possible further direction, formal negotiating instructions for our city administrative officer. We have an EERC meeting that is scheduled tomorrow at 1 p.m. and that will allow that formal part of our charter-based negotiating process to move forward as well, should we continue to see the progress that we've seen already working around the clock over the last 24 hours. Everything else we would keep here, including retaining that ERIP ordinance here as well for a final analysis, possible vote as well. We're going to aim for Friday, or possibly even late tomorrow, but most likely Friday, following an EERC meeting, and then the commencement of any formal negotiations. What has been going on are informal discussions between the CAO and the city unions that are engaged and involved. So those would be the ask. We also had some other items that we will keep before us on the agenda, and so I would move those. Is there a second to that?
Signed by Mr. Rosendahl. All right, thank you. There's no further speakers in the queue. Mr. Clerk, if you would please open the roll on that item. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. Garcetti.
Madam President, what I would propose as well is that we recess this meeting. Again, we're going to stay in this meeting, but we will recess it again temporarily. We've tried to communicate as clearly for all the folks that are spending so much time, I know, of their own time here, what we think we'll be back in. It's most likely we'll be back in session sometime on Friday. We'll be communicating that tomorrow. EERC will meet next at 1 p.m. tomorrow. So I've moved to recess that and hold all items that we did not take action.
Before we take a final vote on that motion, Mr. Parks is on the queue. Mr. Parks?
After this vote, we just want to receive and file 1 and 2.
I'm sorry, speaking to the mic.
Receive and file 1 and 2. That's the 2 controllers' reports.
Okay, I'll second that. Also, I'm sorry, we might need to reconsider. I forgot to add I forgot to add on the operational plan. We need to be moving that forward. We all agree upon that. Any furloughs that would be involved in that would not commence till the end of this month. I'd like to add, if there's no objection, we can add this to the record and put that on, that there would be a final vote here. We could formally reconsider.
Why don't we do a motion to reconsider and make it
I'll move to reconsider then, so I can add.
Can I have a second from Mr. Reyes on the motion to reconsider? And now the motion itself is before us. Would you please open the roll with Mr. Garcetti's amending language? Please, thank you. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
All right, now on Mr. Parks' item. Mr. Clerk, we have to vote on that also.
Yes, Madam President, the committee reports are actually before the council, and they do note and file both the items.
All right, so there is a motion to note and file the committee reports that are before the council at this time. Please open the roll. Hold on, Ms. Hahn. Press your button.
No, I wanted a clarification on Mr. Garcetti's.
Okay, why don't we vote on what's before us, then we'll go back to that. Again, open the roll on what Mr. Parks has put before us. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
All right, Ms. Hahn, now you've pressed your button, so we go back to discussion.
You want to ask me, or you want me to clarify?
Yeah, I just want to make sure that what it's a friendly amendment or something that
The
Or you were
operational
saying, but
plan moves forward with a number of different things. Those include furloughs and layoffs. The furloughs and layoffs piece that I would put forward would have to come back as we prepare for that. We're optimistic that we might be able to come to some resolution that would make those unnecessary, but should they have to come before us, they come back to us for a final vote before that September 27th date, but that we signal our intention right now to be preparing all of the necessary work to make that happen in the eventuality that we don't reach agreement.
But before that trigger is pulled, it
Correct.
has to come back for a full
Correct.
vote on the city council where we might vote.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
And so, Ms. Han, you've gotten your clarification. All right, great. Mr. Clerk, are there any items, any other items that we need to vote?
That would clear the desk.
All right, so then we need to have a motion to recess.
Yes, I'll move to recess, and I know there's a lot of folks that are here. And
Mr. Parks?
Before,
Clarify one thing. Did you move on
the
item,
minority report?
the minority report 3,
Yes.
number 1, referred that to the ERC?
Yes, co-referred. So
Co-referred,
we
okay.
also maintain
And
it
number
here
4.
simultaneously,
Okay,
yes.
and one thing, could you just repeat the trigger language, that's all?
Trigger language would be that before we implement the furloughs, that we come back here for a final vote on that, but that we move forward with the operational plan in the meantime to be ready to do that at that date that we need you to balance the budget.
All right, thank you. So, motion to recess with a second. All right. All right, so open the roll on that, sir. Mr. Clerk, if you want to open the roll on the motion to recess. Thank you. Close the
We're all
roll.
set.
Tabulate the vote.
13
The
ayes.
meeting is recessed. Thank you very much.